What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here with the 5th episode of PlayStation 4 Versus. One of the most controversial topics about next-gen consoles so far has without a doubt been consumer restrictions. Will you always have to be connected online to play your games? And is it still possible to lend or buy used games? Sony has a very clear answer to this, which you will hear now in PlayStation 4 versus DRM and Used Games. When revealing the PS4 back in the start of this year, Sony kept their mouth shut regarding any sort of possible restrictions the console could introduce. Looking back at it right now, that seems to have been a great move, as Microsoft's blunder with Xbox One is history. When revealing that the Xbox One would have to be connected to the internet every 24 hours and games practically wouldn't work when buying them used, a mass amount of gamers rebelled against it. Sony saw this and figured the topic could be a giant winning point for their console, and what they said about it at E3 we all very clearly remember.
PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers.
To start off with used games, you are still able to play them. You can buy a game new and decide completely for yourself what to do with it. Lend it out, sell it, or simply keep it for as long as you want are still options. With an industry that is slowly shifting more and more towards digital downloads, used games are starting to become less and less relevant anyway, and Sony understood this. Then there's always online, the restriction of always having to be connected, or at least at specific periods in time. Once again, Sony made themselves very clear on this.
PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play.
With all these statements, consumers are looking to be very pleased with PS4's policies. However, there is a downside to all this. Though Sony themselves won't be introducing any sort of online passes or something that could possibly reduce your rights as a consumer, third parties are still allowed to do so. This could mean that companies like EA and Activision will come up with ways to force you to buy your games new. Regarding always online, games like Destiny, an online MMO, simply require you to be connected, because you won't be able to play the game otherwise. For the past few months, topics like these have formed a big part of the public opinion about both consoles. Though Microsoft did retreat themselves from that plan about the future, they still left a bad taste in the mouths of the hardcore gamer. What we did, however, learn from all this is that as long as people stand up for their rights, results will follow. Though Sony has done a great job at defending these, it's not them nor Microsoft but the gamers who are the true winners.